Hello and welcome. It looks like circle 10 failed turns. All right. Okay. Rumble, why are you doing this to me? But maybe on my static stream key, you're working. Oh, I don't know. And I rearrange stuff in Panic Sode. Let's see here. Oh, welcome. We are live on the Rumbles. I've got my chat in the pop-out window. You are down. Hey, Allie. Hey, Kilroy. Welcome. Welcome. Oh man, I'm so glad to be back because last week I left in tears. I know. I hope you are feeling better. I hope everyone is good. It's been crazy. I'll wait a second, see who else piles on in before I show off what I made last week by my lonesomes, and then this week and old stuff. Oh, can't see. My spool's in the way. I cut out two more giant circle skirts to hem. The underneath the gray moire one is blue silk. Is it going to be covered in fleece and ruffles because I'm on this kick right now? Yes, I just wanted a winter dress, so I'm going to make myself a winter skirt. I'm not completely sure what the bodice is going to be yet, but we'll get there. And my skull and bone circle skirt did. My quilted stays done. Oh, I've got my heady put on. The tabs are all bound, so that is that. And I feel so warm and just completely ready for winter in my flannel chemise that's got chemistry sets on it. I saw a ruffling sewing machine for $50. Oh my goodness. Oh, a machine that just does ruffles. I could do that. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so on my So Slippery, I cut out these and hemmed these panels for a slip, which in this bag of goodies, I've got some of the pieces. Let's see here. I know we're using my computer camera today. I was like, I just want a show to go off without any hitches, so we're just keeping it super simpler. A Johnston Ruffler sewing machine. Where is my thing that I take screenshots with, literally? Cute. So I started after misplacing these six little pieces in my pile of shenanigans. Um, let's see here. But around the hemmed edges, I crocheted so I could do the border. So if anything was mucky, it wasn't gonna matter. And then I started making the insertions for it, which each piece takes a couple hours. So it's gonna be this slippery sampler skirt thingy. Oh, Killer, you're not scheduled for any more 7-hour infusions. That is great. Oh no! And I hope you've turned a corner in that. That sucks. Just one thing after another. Sucks to get kicked when you're down. Oh no, Oh, that's good. I'm glad you can taste your coffee. That that makes disasters slightly better. Yes, I've got better footage of it. Oh, hello, little man. It's nice to see you. And I brought out, let's see here. So this camera's so poor, it's probably not going to show up, and I'm not going to be able to good YouTuber. Here is the tiny itty bitty hook that I'm using for the first row. This is a Bates steel number 12. It's so little, it has its own little cap. Let's see here. Oh, Killer, you figured out the COVID thing today. When it rains, it pours. Well, it better just draws than, I don't know. It all sucks. Being sick sucks. There's no other ways around it. Okay, so I've got not miles, yards of ruffles to sew and circles to hem. So now that we're up and running, I was like, we're even just gonna, I have the other machine set up over here, but I was like, I'm just gonna use the mechanical, good old Brunhild. We're just keeping it simple today. And so far, simple is not failing me. And let's see here. It is a super tiny hook. I'm so worried I'm gonna break it or lose that hook. It's so little, but it slides right through so that right around the rolled hem I can just underneath it pick up the little number 10 baits that I'm using. Or not baits is the needle, because the first row is this like super fine number 10 crochet cotton. We can, well, there's lots of that to go too. But oh my god, I hope everybody's had it. It sounds like things are shifting, so let's go with I hope things continue to be well, because yeah, I can't. It's end of the year. I enjoy it, but it also makes me super crazy. We've been poached so many times over the past few weeks. Blood jaws are no sweating out fair. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No fun. No fun. Okay. Let me go and get this skirt pieces, and we'll do that first before we get onto the yards and yards of ruffles. That's where I feel like starting. So I've got, let's see here, two. And I cut these out last night. I think I filmed how I cut my circle skirts because I don't know. I guess it's part of the benefits of being short and that I don't understand the thought of like printing out a pattern for a circle skirt just doesn't make any sense. I just literally take the measuring tape and a writing tool and hold it on the square and cut my pieces. So we've all seen this green moire before, this horrible synthetic, but I'm just gonna put the hem around the bottom because I think I want a deep um, hand crocheted lace trim for this one because in for a penny, in for a pound. Actually, I think I'm just living out my like 8-year-old me dreams, teenage dreams of like if I could wear whatever ridiculous things, I will wear them now, and I am making them. And then the blue is going to be a double circle because I have two circles cut out, slit in half one time. I just love this icy blue flower print. Just makes me think of winter. And this is a really lightweight drapey silk, a little bit lighter weight than the pink was. So let's sew some rolled hems. Have I figured out a waistband for this yet? No, this black one, my Scully Bones one, I had an old skirt that I'd hacked up into other projects and just hacked off the last of one of the seams and was like, all right, we're going to call you a waistband. And I wanted to wear it today, so I was like, I should finish the waistband. All right, relax and breathe. Oh, we're here. We have make beautiful, fun clothes, and I feel like I kind of need enough. I've been putting on the orange one and the pink one, and making a fool of myself in my living room. That is kind of not kind of. Those giant skirts are a prop in and of themselves that take some time becoming acquainted with how to move them and move around in them. But they sure are fun. And yeah. Oh, you sound so nice, Brunhild. She got a good oil last week. Is there like the one spot? No, my I wound a whole bunch of bobbins, and you can, if the bobbin winder's still engaged, it's like, why am I working so hard? It's not that hard of work. I think it's nice putting the crochet trim at the edge, because if you cover up the rolled hem, if you accidentally skip something, it's just gonna get caught again anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think I've also just been inspired by thinking about the knitted and tatted doilies that had the cotton, the piece of fabric in the middle, and then had the lace details, because I just love lace making techniques. Is kind of an ongoing thing that I really enjoy, and as much I have to stop myself because I think I could sit and do bobbin lace, but I just don't know if I want to practice another super time consuming skill right now, since I have plenty of time consuming skills to practice. Oh, you can't see the foot moving around. Why didn't somebody tell me? Okay, there we go. Oh, hey cat. Hey trouble. Don't X out of my stream, okay? We have a stream that's actually running this week. I literally I was on the verge of tears last week. I was so frustrated. Like 3 tries. Stop this. Let's see here. Let me just check something over here. Do 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 do. Okay, there we go. Just checking on all my places. Oh man, I know we weren't gonna talk about how I should probably finish the sleeve a little bit more, but we'll get there. Cat will help me move the fabric. Yes, you will. Cat has hooks, those little tiny hooks. I know. Oh my god. I had a new individual over at the house yesterday after after Saturday services, and little man was just scratching me. So I just sat there. He let me cut his nails with new people in the house. I was like, okay, he is just, he is a funny one. He sure is. Oh my god. Oh man. I, oh, there's, well, just between us, guess who handed money to Fred Sanford this week? Yes, it was me. Was checking to see if that raffle machine. Oh, I'm sure it's sold already. I know. That's what got me started on this whole alley. I saw that he had one of the eyelet cams for the buttonholer. And I was like, did you see it and snag it? Oh my gosh. I was like, I heard about this magical piece. It's worth $20 or $25 to me, but he'd already sold it by the time I got around to messaging him. But I did get the 3 set darning feet, but then he'd sold the darning feed dog cover. So I did go to eBay and get that from somebody else because I want more ways to make lace. And the cut work lace with the machine sounds fun. All of the different thread painting embroidery. Cat has bigger hooks in the mouth. Yeah, he does. Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, which is also why we have no snackies right now. I just couldn't deal with being that day that he bit me. I am still not over that. I don't want to give him. I need to actually. What I'm going to do is take a fruitcake tin and put the Showtime snackies in there because my little snack stack, the way he gets his teeth in there is too much. And he destroyed a plastic container. I keep wanting. Oh my god! I could just do that like bad cat meme video where they have the cat and the measuring tape and then they mark it on the note card and like carry it around like, are these your teeth? Except I know whose teeth they are. They're always his. But, oh, so crazy. He was really into keeping that bag. I know he was. There's days where I've held the bag. He's off the floor and I'm just holding it by his teeth. He's holding on to the bag by his teeth. I'm like, all right, we have to stop because I don't want to be responsible for pulling a tooth out of your head. Those are your big kitty teeth. You need those. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think I had notes somewhere, but look. Oh, that was a big funny thing. Are we? I didn't know the thing with these circle skirts. I was like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And I'm like, eventually, I know I will meet back up at the beginning, but we're not there yet. So we're going into by rinse and repeat of doing all the hemming. When we get to the trim, we will sew all the ruffle in. Then we will put in our French seams and then attach it to the said appropriate skirt. We have to go full metal jacket with everything into metal tins. I do need to go full metal jacket here. He is brutal. So vicious that one is. Oh, I can't wait, Mike. Oh, that's what I was thinking about with telling how Frenzy Edward took my money. They should be coming tomorrow, and I just want to play with them. Put a snack sack and a lead one. See, yes, then we would kind of be bordering on Schrodinger's cat. I just need my pile of my potions in there. What's funny here? What did I become on third? What's happening? Alright. Knew something didn't sound right. I know there's been so many people, I've been exposed to so many sicknesses. I'm just like, please don't let me get sick too. And I've been like fighting off something. But no, if I'm gonna be sick, I'd rather like, no, I'm not gonna say those words. Never mind. I've just been annoyed with the inklings of pretending to not being well, but nothing was like, oh my god, I'm sick. But I'll take it. Oh, my presser footage. What's happening here? There we go. My hemp foot was a little off kilter. There we go. Sometimes you just need to readjust your presser feet because sometimes you just need to. Okay. Well, this hem is looking pretty good if I do say so myself. Watch, then I'm going to have like 3 inches where it's a huge mess. Oh, man. I know, I don't have coffee. I've got an IPA for tonight. And now he's just going around eating all the food. So for a while, he was upsetting Freya Fruper so much that she refused to eat up here. So I brought her crate up into here with the door part facing the outside so that she can like feel safe because oh my god, he's such a hound. He's getting chunky. I need to bring my scale home, but I swear he's got a hollow tail. You have a hollow tail. Yes, you with the hollow tail. You. I'm talking about you, man. Yeah, you were such a helper inspecting these fabrics before I cut them out yesterday. You were such a good helper. So good. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm super excited. I keep seeing I downloaded the Rumble Studio app to my phone and it came out of beta or Doesn't say beta anymore. However, I think I've been stalking my email because people have been getting access to the Rumble Studio, and I'm like, please refresh, refresh, refresh. Email. Where's my email? I want to try it out too, like all the other cool streamers, but ours chance will be coming soon. It's not. It will happen. But oh, that was funny this morning too. So I have a foot hooping video from like 2 years ago. I don't know. It was a hot minute. I blah blah blah. But somebody like asked for my shoe size, and then I was like, okay. But then they were like heels or boots, and I just haven't decided if I'm just gonna like make that the whole of the conversation. Like, okay, now that I don't know how I feel about this anymore. Or do I just want to laugh about that somebody was looking at my feed? I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I decided. Oh, this foot works better. The narrowest roll trimmer definitely is a little bit more finicky than the one that's just a smidgers bigger. But it's okay. She's doing a beautiful job. And the hem's all going to be covered with crochet trim anyway. No one's going to see it. Windows, I don't want to back up. I want you to just go away. I don't like you. I don't like you, Windows. But doesn't matter. Let's see here. Okay. What else has been going on? Oh, that was the big Twitter X news of the day morning that Alex Jones is back. And he did a 2-hour live space with Elon Musk. Just don't close out of the stream, okay? We're like actually working right now. Thank you. So that'll be really silly. Oh, right, we already said that. I know, but you're using my static string key instead. Fine. There's a difficult to find grist hammer that is nice and smooth and easy to use and feed. I love them all. Uh, I think the next one of the other feet to get proficient in is the one that adds the lace. Because I've got enough lace. Do I want to? Okay, my brain is just focus on the thing you're sewing first. Don't think about 30 steps. Hey, butterfly! It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Oh man, I know it's so great to have it. Oh, 'cause what was it? 2 weeks ago, I had that thing that I didn't sleep. Then last week, I tried 3 times. I felt so bad. I don't know it. Oh, I was just so depressed that I fought with the infowebs last week. Oh, so frustrating. The mouse in the house. The mouse in the house. But sometimes we just gotta keep it simple and just hem circle skirts. They're so twirly and fun. Oh, I that. Oh, later I'm gonna have to put on my UV bulb and see if these skulls and long bones actually glow in the dark. I don't know yet, but I was gonna make a top for this too, and I couldn't decide. I just didn't know what to make, so I haven't made one yet. We'll figure it out. I kind of like that princess cut one, but I need to decide how I would want to add sleeves or straps or something. I don't know. So many choices, but that's alright. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, I gotta get back to that quilted housecoat. I've gotta find all the pieces. Actually, I know where they are. I just need to pull them out and organize them again. Let's see here. Allie, you suggested a person try circle skirt yesterday. Yes, I think they are a great project if you want to skirt. I think so too, and they're so easy the way I've learned to cut them out by, I just fold it so it's a square with the, and then I just take my measuring tape and measure it. I'll I have that footage. I filmed it yesterday, so I can just do a voiceover and do some. Let's see, and people can add to the basic circle skirt hem. Absolutely, it's so versatile. I just love the squishiness of it. I mean, it does take up a lot of fabric, but I know they're so stupid simple, but they're the perfect project, I think. If you, assuming you have enough fabric, and it's so great. Like this green one, there's no I didn't piece it. It's giant. It's one contiguous piece of material, which is great. And the blue one's only two because I just want it to be double swishy. But hey, hand. Oh, that my hand. I'm seeing. Oh, that's funny. Seeing my hand on the other screen and like thinking that there's somebody behind me. Wow, that was. I'm not playing scary video games where you're so. It's not supposed to be that stressful. I know the different shapes of the hammer feet are fun too. And I've got the which machine is it for? One of the adjustable hammers that with a whole bunch of things. Oh, so I'll spoil it. Yeah, speaking of stuff, I, butterflies only done a small one for a little person. That makes it super easy because then they really don't take up too much fabric, and you just fold it like a square and measure and cut. It's great. Like, why cut a pattern piece for that? But I don't know. I don't get it. But whatever. I should probably also. I've got that plans for that paneled red and flax, more skull fabric, but I wasn't sure if I had enough of the red because I was gonna alternate it. But that's alright. I've got yards and yards of ruffles to sew, so I'm gonna be busy for at least the next couple of hours before we figure out the next project. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I need to. This time of the year, I love it. I like it, but the stress of like ordering things and making sure they get out on time, and is the post office going to hate me again this year and send stuff to Alaska 3 times before it gets to where it's supposed to be going? Kind of, I don't like that feeling, that part of it, but I don't have to buy for too many people because we decided a while ago that we have a secret Santa, so we only have to buy for one, which is fun. Except for the little people. I mean, I should send them something. Maybe that book I saw, the Buddy the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. It's actually too long. Yeah, okay. Oh, so good to have a stream that works on a sewing machine that's not fighting with me right now. I oiled her up real good though, so I wanted her to love me. The thing, Ellie, do you know there a feed dog cover for these types of whites, or when people do embroider machine embroidery or the cutout lace, do they just unscrew and pop out the feed dog mechanism. So, I just don't know. But we'll see. We'll see if Darth Manuel has an idea. I know I popped over to got House of Sewing stream. I watched for a few minutes while I was taking my bath to wash my hair. But, oh, that one's so heavy. It is heavy though. There is a cover for that machine. Okay. That's it. What am I thinking about? Is it just that flat? I'll have to look it up. Okay. I'm just not ruffling. Not yet. What? That's where that's piping. With the underbinder. Did I get that piece from him? Because I wasn't sure, because Fred had a plate like this that didn't have this, but it wasn't the other one that has the slot. Where is that? Ooh, you're smoking you're smoking brisket tonight. You started at 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, I wish I was close to have smoked brisket too. Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's see here. Ellie says I can take the feed dog out and there are two systems to cover. One screw on and then the other is a needle plate cover style. Okay. I'll keep a lookout for all of those because I'm kind of afraid to take the feed dogs out because that just seems scary. But I guess I shouldn't be scared. Oh, now I'm dreaming about brisket, and I had eggs Benedict this morning. They have a similar shape but no bar. Maybe I did order one of those from him because I got her a zipper foot, another ruffler because why not? Did I take that? I'll have to see because I think he had one, and okay, all right. If not, I told him he was gonna end up taking more of my money at some point. So I'll see what comes in the box tomorrow. Are you in the closet, Cat? Cat, are you trying to? Don't. Can you stop being dangerous over there? Don't knock my silk over, okay? Don't knock that bolt of silk. Yeah, I'm talking to you, man. I'm talking to you. Cause was it in this box? Nope, don't drop my rufflers. Okay. Okay, so it is like flat like this one, but without the spot to put the trim through. And here I was thinking that was just broken. Does that really cover up the whole thing? Oh, I guess just enough of the feed dogs. Okay, well, I'll see what comes in the box tomorrow. Sweet. Oh, the feed dog is just one screw. Okay, yeah, I know I shouldn't be so scared to do stuff. This machine's outlived me. I'm like, but what if I break something? Actually, the only part I seriously worry about that is the bobbin hook race mechanism. That one tiny little spring in there. Every time I have to put it back on, I'm like, please don't break, please don't break. Okay, without the okay, I hope that I ordered that. I think I might have one of those coming too, then I can do more craziness on both of my machines. Okay, it doesn't. Just chill it. Why am I stressed out? We're having a good show. There's no reason for me to be acting all anxious and panicky. Okay, so I'll have fun stuff tomorrow. Let's see here, Butterfly. Kilroy, how dare that dang code? I know when you were down. Oh, sickness. I know that blows. Yeah, being sick sucks. But if you need to convalesce, I highly suggest making a pair of quilted stays. They are so warm and surprisingly supportive. I am hooked. I have to like stop myself from wearing them every day. But then, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I changed my undershirt, but oh, it's so warm and cozy in there. Okay, we are almost. No, eventually we'll get to the end of the circle, and then we'll do it in blue silk twice. Let's see here. Allie, been very good so far. You haven't had machine problems or gotten bit or attacked. I know. I know. Knock on Brunhilde. It continues that way because things are always subject to change at a moment's notice at the circus, which is why we always have to be prepared. Kilroy, I'm glad I got it when you did. I already had to stay home until this blood thing is stable, so timing worked out great. Right. If you're gonna have to be forced to convalesce by yourself, then might as well when you're already doing just that. They wore them every day in the past. You don't wear them 24/7 and into the shower. Right, exactly. I know. And my mom would just, she would wear the same pants over underneath the lab coat. Like, I know, it's such a funny thing in today's world. You're like, everything needs to be different every day, but that's not how folks wore clothes in the past. So, yeah, it's fine. I'll wear the clothes I'm just glad that I've been wearing the clothes I make because I keep making so much stuff for these like huge time consuming things. Not that those like puffy pants I can wear very often. I still need a special place to wear those out too, but I'm like, why am I not wearing the clothes I'm making? Or how do, oh, that did I had that from last week and the stuff I was going to show. Like, I have a pink flannel, oh, nighty skirt that I'd hand felled, but it was coming apart, so I added some lace, not lace, just a piece of ribbon to hold it all together. And did I do anything else? No, I spent a lot of time working on the panels for my slip. Here, butterfly. This I've been my next big time-consuming hand working thing. So here's my. I've got the gores of this, not gores, panels of the slip. I'm just going through and hand crocheting all around the hem so that I can add the insertion laces. It's gonna be so fun. And I was like, waistband, it's gonna have a crocheted lace with ribbon in it, so it's just gonna be perfect because I'm not necessarily planning on all of the insertions are not all gonna be the exact same size. So I'm like, oh, it's fine. I just want to try out a whole bunch of different laces and have fun with it because it's all about having fun and having beautiful things to wear while we have fun. We need more fun and funny. It feels like that's just this huge problem. Like, I don't know, nobody knows how to take a joke anymore. Oh, thank you, Butterfly. I love handwork. I need. Yes, I usually while I have we sit and have our coffee and I listen to a story and then I do a little bit of crochet or knitting. Well, I haven't knitted. I do something in the morning. Which I think that's kind of how I started the live stream. Is that I wasn't doing enough hand sewing. I was mostly knitting and crocheting, so this gave me a dedicated time. I'm like, I can't always sew on a machine during the week, but if I set aside some dedicated time every week, then things get done. And it's been great. And I've really appreciated everybody who's stuck around the past year and kept coming back to the circus. It's been wonderful. You guys are all great. Yeah. And, and it's just fun mixing the different media. But then you look at all these old examples, like it's like scraps of fabric with a whole bunch of crocheted lace, and then like a little tiny scraps of fabric, and then they have come up with a whole shirt. And I'm like, perfect. I can do this. I know how to do all of these things. We'll just mush them all together and make beauty. You know, I think tomorrow night we might go to Juggling Club, which is going to be a joke because I can't juggle. I've been taught and shown by a juggler who competed at Cirque du Monde in Paris, like world class jugglers, and I'm still the juggling failure. Oh yes, Butterfly, thank you. It's so great to hang out with Sewing Peeps. We all speak the same language. Yes, we do. True, true. And I accidentally learned stuff, and I don't know, these old machines just need to be loved and used. She's just such a workhorse. I see the end in sight. I see it. I don't know why I'm getting excited though. There's so many. There's so much more having to do, but it's fun. This is what somebody was. I was talking about workflow with somebody for something else, and it's like batching different all the things that you can do all without having to doing as much as you can without having to make any changes, and then going from there. Other people speak English too. Oh, that's funny. Right, because parlez-vous français is no, I don't, no French. It's terrible. I don't even, at least in Spanish, I know how to ask where the bathroom is. I can't even do that in French. No, I think I just remember Je suis a nanana from that silly cartoon that we watched in French class with the pineapple. Like the things that stand out in my brain. But, oh well. Oh, that's so funny that my mannequin. I laughed about this earlier. My giant spool thread looks like skirt, but it's just perspective. Okay, back to the sewing. Yeah, we're here to sew. Stop yapping. Mm. And it sounds like possibly we might have gone through our last walkthrough of potential buyers, even though I didn't know that that was happening. Somebody conveniently forgot to tell me that they got a text message. So it all happened. And I was out of the house and didn't know, which was probably just for the better. But I guess their folks seemed nice, so that's good. Allie saw a just recently in treadle on there was a discussion on what everyone calls things overseas compared to the US was heated oddly enough. I'm sure the boot, the trunk, the hub, the cooker, or in some places I've also heard no, not the hub, the cooker, the hub, or the aga. I would like an aga, please. Crochet terms are not the same for the whole English speaking world, it seems. They are definitely not. Crochet terms, no, because English, no, UK crochet and American crochet vernacular, not the same. The, yeah, I could, this is language stuff I actually know. These are words I know about. Europeans got really snotty really quick. Oh my goodness. Mm, sans les toilettes. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Butterfly. I've increased the number of languages I can ask where the toilet is slightly. Yeah, because in English, an American single crochet is a UK double crochet, and then there's even some differences in the timing because in the Victorian crochet is more like in UK crochet terms. But honestly, as long as you're consistent with what you're doing with the stitches, it doesn't really matter if you do single crochets or double crochets. Like, do you like the look of it? And just be consistent is what I've learned. Each side of the ocean got their backs. Oh, they came hooks out. This is not that tiny one. They came with their claws out and their hooks showing. That what a thing to be like funny about. Let's see here, Kilroy Churchill. You think it was Churchill who said the U.S. and the U.K. are divided by a common language? Fair. Funny, funny, funny. Well, and let's hope that we don't go down the path like that Ireland is appearing to, where I don't wrong speech and thought is going to get people sent to prison because I think that's a little bit of a slippery slope. But yeah, yeah. Oh, sweet. 8 more inches, and we have finished one circle. I know we think we know what people are talking about, but we usually don't. Did I say I don't know what I'm going to do for the waistband yet? I don't know what I'm going to do for the waistband yet, but I don't have to know quite yet. I'll figure it out and decide if I'm going to put a zipper in. Am I going to just put a slip or a waistband and run a tie through it? Because the orange one I've got elastic in there, but that skirt's way too heavy for the elastic. So that's a wee issue, but okay. Home stretch. And I need to remember to leave a little extra tail because this I'm going to do. I'm going to be good and carry it through and make little knots. I can hardly hear the machine now. Okay, also faster, louder. No, she's my quiet girl. Alright, long tails, snip. One hemmed green circle skirt. I love this moire print. Have fun, butterfly. Oh my gosh. Enjoy that smoked brisket. My mouth is watering even though My stomach is full. Oops, there goes a pin. Just gonna stick her back into my, pin her back in here. Maybe, sort of. Okay. Oh shit, Sally's not so naked. Don't fall over, Sally. Okay. You stay still, skirt. Alright, blue. Blue silk it is next. Oh. I love the sound of silk swishing around. It just makes me happy. Okay, slide this one under. Find my tails. Done. Alright. Let's see if I can be just as careful on the silk one as I was with the moire. Usually this foot helps a little bit. The narrowest one is a little extra fiddly, but this one that's just like a hair bigger, just it makes it easier for the edge to roll around a little bit nicer. Okay. Oh no. Oh good, the machine is nice now. Good. Right. No snap, crackle, pops. And the sound of the silk going underneath her presser feet is just satisfying. Yes. I don't know why that sound just makes me super excited. Oh, enjoy that brisket. Mm. No, I went to the diner and had Bloody Marys, and oh, what did he get? Corned beef and hash, and I had a bed of eggs Benedict, and I was quite satisfied that the egg was the the egg was poached perfectly, because it's the biggest disappointment when you get a poached egg and it's either the yellow's overcooked, the white's too runny. This was just right. I think the only complaint was the hollandaise sauce was a tad cold, but whatever. I can't wait to try out my new toys, but if I go to juggling, I'll have to wait. Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll be fine. There's enough hours for sewing. I still see and my hands can still sew. Oh gosh, I just had this. I was like, did I sewing the hem on the right way or did I do it backwards? But no, I double checked for my ice skirt because I want to be an ice queen too. And I have all of the strips cut for the ruffle part. Once we get the circles, then, as we've seen us do before, we sew all the hems first, then all the ruffles, then we do our hemming, seaming. Right words. Who needs them? Alright, back to the stitching. I don't know. Yeah, next week we'll sit at the other machine. I have to get back to maybe like an every other so that all the machines know that they're loved. I think Willie Godless Sewing should make himself a metal armature and hang machines on it in the shape so that the machines are like the tree branches for his Christmas tree. That would really make me laugh. I would like a sewing machine Christmas tree, please. Why? Just 'cause. Why not? But I don't think I will ever have that many sewing machines, so not gonna happen at my house. Okay, back at it. I know. I don't know why it took me so. I was like afraid of all this silk for the longest time. His sewing room is enough of an OSHA violation. He doesn't need to. I know. Oh, I know. But it would be fun. I know. Our neighbor friend was getting wanted to like put up lights, and he's got all these lights in his trees outside, and called me and was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I had to move stuff around to decide how much I was gonna take out ornaments and wreck the halls this year." And literally have no electrical outlets on the outside of my house, so I couldn't do outside lights even if I wanted to. Someone showed you a oh, Daly, someone showed you a treadle Christmas ornament last year. It was a quite nicely done small 66 hanger. That sounds amazing. Ah, avalanche hazard and bad bikes can attack at any time. Fear, I know. Well, I think we had another mudslide at the coast on the 101. Yeah, I know. He doesn't need more troubles. Oh, yeah, I'm like talking to myself with the headphones, but we just need the mic part. Put the mic next to the machine. Did I? Let's see. Okay. I'll take off the no marbles on the machine. In the machine. Sorry about that. But thanks for letting me know. I'm not sorry. I'm glad that we tried, and I will take the constructive comment and return said mic closer to mouth. Okay, I think there should be. Oh, now that I turned Viva and Burns off. Let me just double check, make sure. Or I can. Oh, let's see here. Not mute. Settings. Audio. Headset. On. Okay, working. Okay. It cut off all the sound. Let's see here. It should be. Says it's back. Let's hear audio. Do 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 do. Bluetooth. Okay. I know. I think I touched something. The marbles over modded the sound program and shut it down. I think it accidentally put a show on, and then I was like, wait, I shouldn't be listening to anything in my ears. I don't have any. Fixed it, I think. And this gray is actually kind of nice. I've got this loaded in the bobbin, and it's like almost neutral white. It is probably going to take me another 2 years to get rid of this. So I have to sew more, but then I have to poop it. Doesn't matter. I think one of the things that I don't like about this time of the year, because I'm like, is there stuff that I didn't do, and I just like ragging on myself for like not feeling like I accomplished enough. And I'm like, that's just lame. Do what you can, but I don't know. I've just been a huge Debbie Downer on myself right now, but it's fine. I'll get over it. I accidentally touched stuff I shouldn't have. But oh, I ran out of bobbin. When did that happen? Trying to be fancy and not paying attention to. Oops! Don't throw the plate. Where's my box? Nope, not that one. Oh, there it is. And through the day that I had that 4-hour meeting, I wound up just about every bobbin I had for Brood Hill. I was like, I always use the same color right now. That thing is one. I know, it's so much thread. But it works. It creates like neutral. And I don't think I have a. If, and I just got a shit ton of it. I have smaller thread, like more home sewist sizes, but they're so old. Not that this one isn't, but there we go. I just am looking forward to the satisfaction when I'm like, oh, the last stitch of this spool. I feel the same way when I get to the end of like a pen and you're like, oh, the last of the ink is gone. I find it, I don't know, using stuff up is really satisfying in my brain. Just love that feeling when it's just done. And I'm not going to be able to line it up perfectly, so I'm just going to get as close as I can. Because I'm probably going to add something else to the bottom of this. Anyway. Alright, because I think this is going to have another. I decided how the ruffles. I don't know. I think I cut 14 lengths of ruffles to hem, and it's 60, so I've got 60, right, 14 meters to hem, 14 yards. We're so close, but so far away. Alright, we are pre-folded. Okay. And no, I'm not going to change press or feet. I'm not going. Was like, am I gonna hem or seam this together half of it? But No, we're just going to do the bottoms, because why change across your feet when I'm gonna have to just change it back to this one after I do one step. Not worth it. We are batch sewing here at the circus today. And we'll see what we're gonna work. What's next? Actually, in the back of my brain, what I'm like, what's next? I think, because I love this quilted stays, I'm contemplating doing a quilted petticoat next because why not? And I've got this cute fabric that I think I want the top layer to be. All right, let's see here. Let me. Oh, nothing. Just walking around grabbing stuff. Um, I have this one of the days. I'm sure I showed when I got this, but I have this blue and white flannel, like pastoral. There's kids in trees swinging. Somebody playing with their dolly. I know, like. Oh, that's no, this is directional. I'm like, why isn't it showing up? Because I have to be nice and hold the fabric the right way up. We've got kids on a tree. Hey, Skits, welcome, welcome. Long time no see. And trees and a windmill. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have this be the top layer of quilted petticoat because I've got purple flannel that I could do for the inside, and then I'll figure out whether it's going to be an old blankie or strips of flannel. I don't know. I'll figure out something to pop in on the inside. But yeah, because if I'm going to have these new free motion feet, I can either I can just be more creative with the quilting design on it, and I gave myself a leg up also by getting a box of 500 safety pins so that hopefully I don't have so much um, jiggling around of the layers because that was one of the things that I didn't realize. Oh, I learned stuff from the first quilted garment I made. It's gonna be better this time. Oh, it looks Dutch inspired. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of that Delft porcelain. Yeah, so pastoral. Ooh, could be Liberty of London, is it? Let's see here. Says Springs Creative Products Group. Do not use for children's sleepwear. Okay, well, it's a good thing. What does it say? Scenic Toile. Scenic Toile from Springs Creative. And no children will be wearing this fabric, except for me, who's childlike, child at heart. What fusible layer? I that is a I I can do that because I have a crap ton of iron-on fusible interfacing that's super skinny. Really? Oh, you are so smart. I've got the smartest chat on the internet. He's so smart over there. Great work. Okay, I have a reason to take out the iron and use up a whole bunch of that fusible interfacing. So I've got the pink layer ready. I've got that one. My new feet will be here tomorrow. And the plate will be here tomorrow. Oh, but I've got the darning plate coming for it. What do I need another? No, the darning plates for this machine. And is it in the other room? Where's this book that I'm thinking of that I got? Because I have all sorts of things. I put it on my journeys, but we can do some fun things because I have this book, Every Stitch Counts by Patricia Cox, and it's literally just different quilt motifs by yeah, for quilts, not wearable garments or washable. I washed it and it turned out fine. I wonder if it's because it doesn't have all the synthetic flame retardants in it. Like new baby clothes is pretty has a lot of chemicals in it. Ooh, this one's fun. This one too, these like old fashioned with the feathers. Maybe I'll trace one of these motifs and then use my rotary tool and do the pounce technique to transfer a pattern. I think it's because my guess is it doesn't have all of the horrible chemical flame retardants in it, which I don't understand why. I mean, okay, I get it because they don't want babies to go up in flames, but modern houses are so plastic and synthetic that what did I see that in the olden days in a house fire you had some time to be able to get out, but with modern furnishings that everything's so plastic that you just melt super fast. Oh, for the fusible lining stuff. I think the one I have is meant for. Well, let me go get. I'll just go get it and we'll read the instructions. This is like a hot mess of interfacing. Let's see here. Home decorative stitch witchery. Washable and dry cleanable. So I will probably take my chances. And it's a lightweight. And I got enough to waste, so I'll take my chances. I know, because I have definitely seen those spray adhesives that they use for quilts and stuff, but perfect. Okay, sweet. I was like, let me just look through my collection of random hoarded craft supplies. Because I wanted to do a whole bunch of my hoarding shopping addiction stuff when I was younger, so now I'm to the point where I'm like, I got a lot of stuff. You just use just use your stuff. I know, because that probably came from the Goodwill too. So later I will. And does it make sense to kind of should I safety pin along the borders? Like okay, bottom layer, fusible interfacing, middle layer, pin it together on the edges, then iron it, and then do the next layer of fusible interfacing, and then the top layer. Because I don't know if I could. Does that make sense? Is that the kind of sandwich I want to make? Inner lining, interfacing, batting, interfacing, fashion layer. That's what my brain is thinking makes sense, but I am open to ideas and suggestions because this will be different. Oh, this hemmed foot is so much nicer. I've not, after when I ran out of bobbin, this hem looks quite pleasing. Oh, this camera like pains me. Alright, next week I will just use one camera, but it will be my nice camera because I just like it better. Yeah, nice warm quilted petticoat because I think I'll put some, just make it a big rectangle and then put some box pleats. One in the front and one in the back, and then add ties and maybe leave like the sides open. Okay, iron each first, then layer, then pin, then iron. Keep an eye on the top and backing fabrics don't stretch through. That's good. Okay, perfect. Of course, there was going to be a pre-iron step. I'm like, how little do I have to iron? But I know it'll be better to iron everything, make sure it's all flat, and then start the adding of the things. Not so much for side pockets, but then or I mean, I could wear a pocket. I am not a human who I don't need pockets. Oh, my patterns are getting eaten up by a. Can you stop sitting on my paper like that? No. Oh, we couldn't wait. The menorah's going, and I didn't. I missed the menorah lighting tonight. Oh well, I've got more nights to light the menorah. Um, no, just a bit of what was I saying? Because if I add the waistband waist ties, then I can like tie the front in the back, and then the back in the front, and then it's a little bit more adjustable. And then if I did make myself a pocket, then I have a place to slip it. Because I have not made a beautiful hand embroidered pocket because I don't love pockets. Hey, Joy! Welcome, welcome! We have a show tonight. I hope your buttons and buttonholing have been going well. I am putting a rolled hem onto one half of my blue silk ruffled circle skirt. Oh, I'm so glad you got a nap. Just got up from a nap. I know we are still here because we're keeping it simple, simple machines, simple computer setup, and everything has been sewing smoothly by and large, and I don't want to jinx that. Oh my gosh, thinking of Hanukkah, so I was gonna make latkes tomorrow for I think it'll be Tuesday. I've got all these things I have planned for tomorrow. Regardless, I was gonna make latkes for ourselves and the neighbor. And I don't mind just having sour cream, but I was joking that I said I would get some applesauce too. I spent $7 on a jar of applesauce today. I was like, this is highway robbery. A jar of applesauce used to cost no more than $2 for like a huge jar, and this is like little random little organic one. I'm like, it didn't need to be organic, but they were literally completely sold out of every other jar of applesauce at the market today. I, oh, I mean, yes, I know it's Hanukkah, but I think also with the whole as I'm now reflecting, I think part of it also is that people were not purchasing the packets of applesauce for their kids because of the whole lead poisoning shenanigans, but those sucky feed sacks for kids I don't think are the best idea, but I know. I was like, I could have. Shit, I know where I could find some fermented apples. I could have just like would have made my own. Jesus. was highway robbery for applesauce. Yeah, I was so surprised. Oh man, all this stuff. I just don't understand the prices. But almost ready for the second half. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit. No, no problems, no problems. Do, 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 do. Slide in there nicely. No, don't come around. I must have made a little. I got the salvage edge. I must have cut something not as nicely, but we have made it. Alright, let me go hang this piece up. I know, Allie, you live in a part of North America for Macintosh apples, sauce and syrup aplenty. That does sound good. Applesauce is still reasonably priced here. Then again, New York is next door, so yeah, that is kind of cheating. But it shouldn't be that I don't know. Because, I mean, we have Harry and David's and the parent apple orchards. It's just nothing is local anymore. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like flabbergasted. This applesauce better like dance on these latkes tomorrow or Tuesday whenever this happens. Alright. I should probably put a different corset on Sally who's just falling on the floor. Come on, Sally, don't do that, girl. Sally down. Sally, you're showing off. Yeah, not my silk corset, but we'll do that later. I know, Killer, it's probably because it was organic that adds 250% to the price. It does, and I would have got like the Lumpet Proletariat one, but there was literally no other applesauce. It was like, you buy this $8 one. The shelves were they were like completely empty. I was so disappointed. So disappointed. I know. Well, it was a little bit of a Faberlanche. Sally, Sally down, Sally down. Mm. Oh, that blue on that green looks so cute. Oh, okay. Second half. Don't hide over there. I need you over here. Alright. Right side, wrong side, inside, outside. Okay. You want fruit? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That is a good idea, Kilroy. To find a fruit wholesaler and get a bushel and make a bunch. What I should have done was get a whole bunch of the pears from my office and make hair butter, or I had some opportunities that I did not take advantage of. And there's only me to blame, and there was apples. But many of the apples here, like it's this now is already too late in the season. They were fruiting like September, October. Where's the end? We're not threaded. Alright, we've been so good, and now this is not really a trouble. It's just an annoyance. While we rethread. Okay. Okay. It would be nice if I would order one of those battery LED lights for this machine on a magnet. Maybe next time I order more stuff. Ellie would never buy a bag of apples from the store. The markup is insane. Same as potatoes. This is true. I know. Why did we buy potatoes the last time? I could have just gone to the garden. I'm sure I've got some in my potato tub to scoop out. I know. I just need to remember to harvest them when I have them accessible. That was what I did not do. All right. There we go. I know most veg at the store is overpriced. That's why I was joking earlier today that we need to go through our seeds and see because I've got winter some little greens, but they're like microgreens right now. See what we can put in because we kind of need to start our stuff like now is a good time because there's no snow right now. It's in the 50s and in the 40s in the nighttime, 50s in the daytime, so it's not terrible growing temperatures, and we actually have some water because in the summer it takes a lot of water. Let's see here, Ellie. There's a USB charging strip that has a magnet that can go right on that arm. That sounds spectacular. Oh my gosh, Joy, a head of lettuce for $5 or the celery, not knowing till I paid $7.50. That is highway extortion. Those are insane prices. I know everything. Oh man. Okay. Ooh-wee. I know. I think no, not I think I know that for a big salad mix that we get, it's $5. Unless we go to the discount grocers, and then it's still $4. But soon I will have lettuce from my garden again, or turnip greens, whatever it is that is growing. I know that is insanity. And then it makes sense why people don't like. Oh man, I could go into so many topics of frustration. Like, who wants to eat healthy when it costs so much to start with? I can't eat. Oh my god, 750%. And I don't even like celery. I mean, I'll get it sometimes for soup, or I had some at Thanksgiving because we did my grandma's stuffed the celery with like a blue cream cheese. I switched it out and used low fat yogurt and then blue cheese crumbles. It's like blue cheese stuffed celery. Like that always goes down, but oh, I know celery growing right. Oh, your celery is wooded, but salad's no problem. Yeah, well, I don't celery. Yeah, she's funny. I've never tried to grow her. She just takes so much water. I don't think. I guess if I grew her in the winter time, I might have better luck because I can grow like maybe I should get a prickly pear plant because I we have no water in the summertime. Like if it rains, it's like what is that sound? I don't know what this is. Let's see, Joe. You have 2 heads of red cabbage that have been in my garden for a year and a half and still growing. Oh my goodness, I love me some red cabbage. I love cabbage. And it's so nice when I'm making either pierogies or dumplings to layer the saucepan with the cabbage on the bottom and then put the pierogies or dumplings on top with a little water. Oh yeah, they probably not that big. I know Joy's growing record setting cabbage heads. But I think here I wonder if I could get them to be perennials too, as long as they don't flower. Because some stuff, like it's so funny. Like when I lived in New York, it was so cold. I never thought about rosemary that it just like lives all year round. But now I have all sorts of giant woody rosemary shrubs. I was always that weird kid that loved onion and cabbage. Those are my like my blood bleeds red onion and cabbage. Ooh, that makes me think I need to get out those chicken livers from the freezer because I need some chicken liver pate, please. And my toasty. Well, we've entered the intermission snack section. So I don't know why they live. The rest of the garden didn't work. So they must have really liked something there. Take it. I know I never know what's gonna grow well and what is just gonna be a bust. Ooh, but I should spray some of my poppy seeds outside while it's wet. No, I did not come from Minnesota. I'm from New York. And I'm just babbling. But it took us a long time to figure out like where the rain was, where it was too sunny, or oh, it must be feeding time at the zoo. Feeding time. It's okay. Hey, for you, Fruifers. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry we didn't have snacks, but you're gonna have dinner in a minute here. I know, 'cause I still haven't found a spot. Even the neighbor across the street managed to get some cucumbers, but at my house, I don't know. But they take so much water. Oh, all I want now is homegrown little pickler, little cucumbers from my garden. I'll have to continue to find a spot. Just gives me fond memories of being at my grandparents' gigantic garden. But I have had better luck with the seeds that come from the local seed company. That's helped a little bit. And I'm gonna start tomatoes. I know we tried to save our tomatoes and peppers, but all of a sudden it frosted before I had a chance to dig anything up. So I should go through and figure out what we need to start because we need to start stuff early here. It's like January at my sister's house would be a little bit early. She waits till February, but I gotta put my stuff in when there might be a chance of water. Even though there was one year we had snow on the hilltops at the end of June, so kind of a mixed bag. But there is snow on the hills right now. There's just none here in the valley, which is fine. I can see the snow. I don't need to drive in it, which is great. The trick of the brain that these blue pieces are taking less time to sew because they're actually twice, each one is as long as the green one was, and I need two of them, but maybe it's because it's flat. I don't know. I'm just talking and not thinking about how many stitches we're stitching in right now. Okay. Oops. Ooh, this one's not so nice. I'm not going to show off the inside of this hem. There's some wonky looking stuff that's not so pretty. If I'm going to sit down, I should know where the chair is. That usually helps. Okay. I already double checked. I know that I was sewing the right side, and then I get like panicky for all of a sudden out of nowhere. I'm like, but what if it's wrong and you've been doing it all wrong, even though I triple checked before we started. It's fun I swung over the selvage edge. If something's wonky, it's not gonna unravel. I know, yeah, I'll have to trace some of those quilting patterns for these quilted stays. And figure out which chalk I'm gonna grind up. That's not your food, little man. Make him do the through the legs. Gotta make sure. So Loki at meal times, he'll seesaw, walk in between my legs to get to his food bowl, and I've been teaching the little man that trick. He's almost got it. It's just as well that he gets fed second because I had to have a food bowl outside of each leg so I could like direct him to like do what he's supposed to do. He's silly. I'm thinking, we already talked that I'm already planning too many projects. I've finished off those gold pants. I've got enough, so I was like, why don't I make a long sleeved gold bodysuit to wear with it? Because, of course, and that material is so nice because it's got just enough of a grip. Those aren't my pants, those are fabric. Here's my pants. They're nice for hula hooping because they've got just a little bit of a grip. So the hoop sticks to them, which is kind of nice. Some material for certain props just does not work as nicely. And a lot of the tricks that I really love to do, it's kind of like, what's the least amount I can wear to feel comfortable? Because your skin actually grips the nicest. But sometimes I get cold and don't want to just have little shorts and a chesticle cover. But my trapeze boots have really helped to protect my feet, ankles from bruising during that during my kick up trick. Because oh my gosh, I love that trick, but it leaves me so bruised. And then I'm like, did I sprain my ankle again? Did I hurt something? I'm like, no, you're just bruised. I did make these gold pants. Oh no, your computer booted you. That is terrible. But you are back now. Yeah, I made these a couple weeks ago. Oops, those are the inner liners. Yep, because I need to. I've been making all these like fancy clothes. Oh, I need to fix that part of the waistband. But I need clothes to like pretty clothes to train in because I need my summer clothes to fit me by this summer again because they fit me. They were great, and then I made some less than optimal choices. And now things don't fit the right way, but I want them to fit again. I have some ancient computer pieces. Thinking that since I'm not worried about destroying them, considering taking them apart, buying new pieces and building myself a tower from Franken parts, because what do I have to lose? And I have all sorts of knowledge I could gain from that experience. I just am not sure where I'd put it in the end, because I moved stuff around. I need to get the people to, or either A, need to learn how to do it or have somebody come, because most of the outlets up in the old part of the house don't they only have two prongs, and all my modern electronics have a three-pronged cord, so I can't plug stuff in, and that causes me problems. We'll figure it out, because we probably should think about a bigger breaker too. Let's hear, Allie, all your pieces are burned out and going. Oh no, even the power box. Oh, yeah, it sounds like you need an electric. You need the electrician too. I know, better to come before it gets too cold up there. Unless you got gas. I mean, I wish I had a gas stove. We're screwed if the power goes out, because everything literally is electric. And all I want is, like, a gas cooker. But not to be at this house. Oh, right. Maybe Santa will bring you a new power box, says Joy. Oh, oh, that's good. Yeah, mine is just ancient. Was this the outlets are like this on the outside? I'm like terrified to know what it looks like on the inside. But we're not taking down the drywall to get in there right now. Okay, two halves with one blue circle skirt. Did. Now we're on to the rooflings. Almost. And boy, cats are being bad. Let's see here, Allie. I know. I want a wood stove again too. You missed out on a super one, expensive but so rare. 1970 Lord Elgin with an oven top. Oh my goodness, that sounds like a dream come true. 870. Oh, that just sounds amazing. I know some stuff is pricey, but it's worth it. It never goes bad. I know. I didn't know until I was conversing with Fred Sanford this week that people have a habit of accidentally losing the plates for their 101s. I didn't know that, and that they're not interchangeable. I'm like, all right, I will make sure I do not lose that piece of that sewing machine. Okay, I'm gonna hang up this last half. Get on to the next part. Okay, don't fall, Sally. No, I said don't fall, girl. There. Let's see here. And now our pile of ruffles. I think I only have 14 yards here because I think that's how many I counted when I made the orange one. super roaster, like a double stove. Oh my gosh. Yes, that just sounds great. Be able to cook and eat all on the same piece of kit. Plates for a 101, I think. Some even make their own. Trying to find them was impossible. Interesting. That is interesting. I know, that's what I keep thinking about with all of the folks who machine and or the improvements in tech in 3D printing. If some of these old impossible to find things, if there's like the tech specs, if that might be a way to revive some of these impossible to find parts. Is 3D printing the way? That's my that's oh no. Your friend killed over 20 101s doing car interiors. I said to keep the old machines and I will take the parts, but he gave them all to the recycler. That, oh man, why why do people, like, when you tell them something explicit, just don't do that? Why? Oh man, all of those parts you could have saved, the machines you could have revived. I know, I didn't know I was gonna enjoy the knee bar and sewing with that 101 as much as I do. I know that is true. The 3D printing can't do what the old carbon steel can handle. That is, yeah, true, true. See, Akira, you always thought that Aga cooker was an interesting unit. Expensive to run though. It's always on. I know, but if you gotta heat the house, 'cause it's always cold, like, I'll take it. I'd like me an Aga. And the name just sounds great. He told you they weren't worth anything. Oh man. They just weren't anything worth anything to him anymore. Oh man. No, to you though, like those are treasures. And that is such a great machine. Yeah, I'm so glad she fell into my lap for the amazing price I paid for her. What are you doing? Leave her alone. Leave her alone. I, hey, can you please not do that? Where are you sitting? What are you doing, man? Thank you. Oh, the last thing I need is him to get tangled up in my thread. And I'm sure we've seen me so rough do these hems on these strips to be ruffled, but just in case there's somebody who's not heard how I do this, I go through and do all of one side, make it one giant strip, and then I will go through and then do the whole other side. It's just as easier for me. Let's see here, Allie Kilroy, the BBC program. Oh, Two Fat Ladies used the used an aga on their show. Great fun and good recipes. They were hysterical, the Two Fat Ladies. I remember watching them. Oh, all those old cooking shows. Yeah, they are hysterical. those. Oh, and Jan can cook. All the old ones from PBS. They are addictive. Yeah, they had good banter. Yep, yep, yep. I know. I've been watching some of what is it? The best ever food review show with. Is his real last name Side? Is his name? Did he name himself Sunny Side? Like that's just too funny for a food review show reviewer. But he tries some interesting stuff. The number of times he's eaten testicles from animals is quite impressive. I think I need to get over my fear, and I guess if it's deep fried and battered, I will try just about anything once. I'm a little intimidated by the thought of prairie oysters, but Jan Can Cook was a Canadian program. Didn't think it was in the States. You have one of his cookbooks. It absolutely, yes, I remember it being on PBS when I would, well, PBS when I was in New York. So I wonder if we got some of this stuff from Canada because it was just over the lake. Depending on which lake and where I was at, like you literally could see Canada. Yeah, I know he was such a PBS staple. That and the America's Test Kitchen. I remember that one being on for a long time too. Now I've just been watching Uncle Roger, who's not really a cooking show, but quite amusing. And then I was watching Brian Sal and the French guy Paul Denamanamal, and they tried out this air fryer dehydrator unit thing that you could either use the buttons on the device or use the app, which I'm not sure how I feel about all of these appliances and tools needing an app, which makes me going back to sewing with that new brother. What did they call it? The sketch? What? It was like the dumbest name for a sewing machine ever. But that it doesn't. It's an embroidery only unit that you have to, excuse me, pay for the app, and there's no buttons. Like you can't. You need the app to make it work. I just don't understand. Allie, Jan Kingcock was filmed in Vancouver. You went to his restaurant when you were a little kid. Oh my god, so expensive even back then, I'm sure. Thinking walk with Jan, his father. Oh, that I. So he came from a restaurant family. That's always helps one's knowledge base when you just grow up with a trade. I didn't. I don't think I. That one I don't remember ever seeing. Just Jan Can Cook walk with Jan. That's a great name. Still. Okay, next. Needle down, foot up, slide the next piece in. It is easiest if you drive just off a little bit by trying to attach the strips too close together. It's easiest if they have a little bit of space in between. There we And just let the ruffles drop behind us. I know I cut out all that stuff, and then I looked at the roll. Oh, come back here. It still didn't look like I used anything off this roll. Oh, Allie, he would always have sayings on his apron with walk in it, like walk this way, then invite people out of the audience at the end to eat the food cooked in the set that time. That is so much fun. I think that's why I've been leaning into the sewing puns for my titles, because there's just endless opportunities to make silly jokes and kind of talk about what we're with a preview of what the project is going to be. Oh, Joe's running's coming. No, we're not sick. We refuse. I'll just put on my wool pants later. Was good. I had made them ages ago. Oh, I'll just show them because I'm like looking at them. This was a free pattern. I made these, I knitted these pants, and they were part of it. I should have used a slightly thicker thread, and I didn't, but I gently washed them the other day so that they would shrink just a little bit. Oh, they're so warm. Oh, knitted pants. Who needs them? This kid did. And I do not regret my choice making them, even though my family was like, what do you have knitted pants for? I also have knitted shorts. Sometimes when I was going to the studio, which I need to get back to, it gets cold. I don't like being cold when I'm training. So knitted pants for the win. And they worked out. I think it only took me, did I finish them in like a week, 10 days? So like less than 12 hours of knitting time. Maybe. I don't, never mind. I shouldn't guesstimate that because honestly I can't remember. They are nice and comfy and warm, Allie, for sure. There's some mohair in there. I think one of them must have been where I'm gonna forget the name, but it either wasn't wool or it was already pre-shrunk. So like the part that I needed to make a little smaller, it didn't work, but that's fine. I still wear them a lot. Oh, I'm getting stuck on the threads here. I don't know why it took me so long to get over to not be afraid to rip straight lengths of fabric, but it works out so much better when I do it straight because I can't cut a straight line to save my life. Even with the rotary cutter and the ruler, sometimes I still have super wobbly lines. Like I failed straight line cutting. What's the drops pattern name? Can't remember. I'm sure I have it in my Ravelry or somewhere in my socials. I probably tagged about making those pants. Thinking about another pair, but I don't know if I have enough yarn without, or I do. The question is, do I need to like actually finish spinning the wool I have so I have yarn for some new projects? But everything takes time. Ripping does go right down the grain line. I know. It is nice. There's something about the sound that's kind of satisfying too. Just like I was like so terrified for the longest time. And now if I'm like all these strips, I just measured 7 inches and did it. Have you tried thread pulling? I have on occasion tried thread pulling with the right material. That does improve my straight line cutting success. That does help. Does not help when I'm sewing stretchy four-way knit stuff because there's no thread to pull there. But yeah, with my I have, and that does make my life a little bit easier and my finished outcome nicer. Yeah, I flunked scissors school. I know the hard part with the thread pulling is just being patient to just get just the one and then figure out what your backup plan is going to be because it seems inevitable that it will also break on you or broke on me. Yeah, yeah. Great for some of the stuff I sew with. Absolutely impossible for some of the other fabrics I sew with. It just depends. But it worked nice, like when I was sewing the linen. That I mean, for the with the right material, absolutely. There's no other. It's worth the headache of drawing the thread. All right, we're on our to our third yard. Only 11 more to go. The one thing I didn't like with the ripping on, I was doing the orange moire because that fabric must have been. It's just was it contiguous length of thread, so it just shred like there was so many loose edge. It just shredded apart. I think that's why I started putting the hems in super fast because it's just this whole like pile of edges that just wanted to unravel on itself. So I was like, ah, if I put the hems in first, then that piece is all contained. And these old feet, like the ruffler foot, I yeah, I have to do it before I do my French seams because it just doesn't. The machine doesn't like to go, or the feet don't like that much bulk in them. But that's fine. It's kind of satisfying to have the last step done first, then I don't have to do it later. Maybe one of these days, next week, the week after, I should probably need to do like a thread cutting party and make sure I've like trimmed all the loose threads off with everything. I saw some hanging around in the closet. Like, no. Okay, now we're getting. Oh, like now we're speeding up, and then of course I have to like stop to trim a thread. Alright. Oh my god, thinking, okay, this random thoughts, because what is it? Which is C19, C11, whatever the Canadian bill about having enough content. So on Netflix, there is a 4 episodes of the show called The Indian Detective. Yeah, he's not first person. He's from India, and he's a detective. I was like, is this what's Do they want more of their immigrants to be shown in the Canadian content? Like, I just don't understand what that means and how. Oh gosh, I feel bad for you up there with your subsidized corporate media shenanigans. Just feels like a problem. But everything kind of feels like a problem right now, which is why I'm sewing floofy, ruffly skirts. Those are never a problem. I was like, I need a practice. I've got like needed practice skirts because they're so heavy and just moving them around and twirling and dancing. Oh, they're just so much fun. I'm just trying to figure out which hoop size and which tricks to do with them. There's some tricks I cannot quite manage. I know, Allie, I don't understand the Canadian content stuff. Bob and Doug McKenzie moved to the US just due to that stuff. Yeah, I heard that one. I think that's not, well, Viva Fry left for prior to that, but I know Ian Runkle, who's one of the other Canadian firearms lawyers, I think where is he, in Alberta now? Calgary? He's thinking about if he's gonna stay in Canada. Like, I don't understand. Oh, Doug McKenzie. Was he well, no, why am I thinking of the Diagolon guy? Because he was in jail too. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's funny business happening, and I don't like the feeling of feeling that things feel funny, but not being able to like put my finger on it. I know Canada is kooky, but their maple syrup is so good. Actually, any East Coast maple syrup. I miss going to was a nature conservatory we used to go to that had a little living history exhibit where in March you could go and watch them in the outside cooker boil down the maple the sap and then go and they would have a pancake breakfast. Does my arm get tired of turning the wheel for so long? It doesn't. No, not really. I think if anything, it's more I need to make sure my posture is good because I feel like one day I like pinched a nerve and we had all sorts of funness. But no, it really doesn't. When I take breaks, it's a little bit like cardio. I need to do some other stuff for my left hand side because I'm gonna have like one giant muscle on my right arm and then like this little dinky bicep on my left arm. Oh, Allie, I couldn't use UK images for the after the Eyes Max magazine. Oh my god, it kept coming up invalid data in Canadian Adobe program. That's so lame. So I couldn't help on the magazine in Canada for the UK publication. That is so bizarre. Yeah, that is the way that things are just getting sent everywhere. Like Canada, Ireland, here in weird ways. It's like, oh no, so subversive. Sewing machine parts for Singer. Like, of all the things. It just does not make sense. No, it's kind of like this machine is a lot like walking. I mean, I guess don't have a treadle, so I don't know if like my feet would get tired because it's not like I'm moving a huge load. It's just repetitive. All images had to be Canadian for the Canadian content rules. Oh, right, because that's such a big publication too that they had to follow that. What is it like if you? Because there's separate rules if you're a tiny organization versus a huge thing. And how do you? And it's unfortunate because it's not even like you knew you were going to run into this problem in this way until you were like, oh shit, I can't do this job. Like, and then it affects you. Why do things like I'm so frustrated right now? So weird. Just give like clear things and just be consistent. Oh, I, I'm so sorry, Ellie. That just sounds so frustrating. I know, right? I would like less bureaucracy and red tape, please. Can I just have things be simple and straightforward? Which I think also is why my hackles are getting up a little bit about that new AI doctor pod thing. Like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, yeah, we have shortages of providers, but they need to not make schools so stupidly expensive. And in this, the fee for service payment model just is a nightmare of a racket in and of itself. So I can't think of any other industry where like this is what my fees are, but you never really get what you bill because it's set by somebody else from CMS and Medicaid. Oh, enough about that. I don't want to talk about that. It's just gonna make me mad. And I want to sew happy hems, not grouchy hems. Oh, I'm just gonna think and dream about these new toys I've got coming for me tomorrow. It's like, Fred Sanford, please take my money. I am excited that I've got a zipper foot coming for Brunhilde. That will be exciting. Because I really enjoy using this machine when I sew the boning channels, but I like to sew the channels with the bones next to it, and I don't like breaking my needles. Let's see here. Oh no, it got way worse. Doctorates in uni have to hope that a freedom of information, a FOIA request won't take them 2 years. They don't even give a progress report. This is just for archive material, and that's just for archive materials. Oh my god, I couldn't imagine being a PhD candidate needing something obscure for your dissertation. Wow, that's making my heckles up. So you have to like plan years in advance. Be like, this is what I'm gonna write my paper on, and start the stuff way early and hope that you actually get it. That's absurd. Yeah, these people who are completely out of touch should not be making rules that affect things that they do not understand. Oh my gosh, did you see the interview was it 2 weeks ago, Viva Fry did with Justin Trudeau's half brother? Very interesting. What a character. So I guess he also lives in Florida now and has not has a bus and is a huge RFK Jr. supporter. I'm so glad I'm done with school. I don't think I could handle that when I was doing research. I know, because then I was listening to something that even the peer-reviewed literature scientific journals are kind of a racket, that there's some element of paper play that's going on there also, and oh, time to bring back the value of trade schools and simple things. I don't think, I don't know. I did listen yesterday to a very interesting lecture about the crossroads of gene editing, unborn babies, and contraceptive choices. And that intersectionality was, it was a good lecture too, because it wasn't from the speaker was actually a lawyer and not a physician researcher. So I think sometimes scientists get caught up in what they can do. Oh, speaking of scientists, today was what is it? The first Nobel Prize was handed out today, a gajillion years ago. Be good, kitties. It's like the dose makes the poison, and you never know what. We don't always know the downstream effects of things, and once the because we cannot unring the bell. We'll see. I don't know, but I don't know a lot of stuff. You know this skirt's gonna be super cute though. Both of these skirts are gonna be super cute. Maybe I'll do the actual ruffles with the ruffler foot rather than my shirring foot. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. And I'm so glad I've been quite good about not getting the wrong side of the hemstone, so that's always a plus. Okay, straight threads. Just needed to make sure they were not my bobbin. Alright, where's the head knob up here? And all these strips until they're all attached. It just the pile never looks like it gets any smaller. Even though I know it is. Oh, sorry, distracted by dogs outside. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see if the house gets sold. But the people seemed really nice from what I heard, so that was good. We'll see. No, Joy, my arm, thinking about your question, my arm doesn't get too tight, and I like this machine because I like standing when I use it. So it's good, so I get to like stand and sway around rather than my 101 where like with the knee lever, you literally have to sit down. And sometimes I don't want to sit on my butt for an extra 4 hours. So we're done with this row of strips. I think we're gonna need a good oiling again. Oh, she's good. She's a beast. I saw somebody on Craigslist was had this interesting singer that I don't know if it was for shoes or sandals because it was very open. And they were asking $800. I was like, I don't, that's more than I am putting out for a machine right now. I do need a treadle. I haven't found it. The right one just hasn't shown up in my life yet. I did laugh though because in our conversations, Fred had. There we go. I'm back. Accidentally pushed the wrong button. Fred Sanford sent me a picture of a Phoenix treadle that he'd picked up for $50. I was like, if I lived closer to Michigan, you that machine would have been sold. I'm putting it out there for the right machine. It just I don't want to get overpaid for something that needs a lot of work, and I need to figure out where I would put it. But I do miss. I'm so sad that my grandma's Singer treadle just got ruined. But things happen when you move across the country, and your mother-in-law and things and time and things happen that like maybe that my machine will just be waiting for me at the Goodwill with a nice belt for $25. What was that open machine? A Singer could be a class 70 or a 29. Let me see if I can find if it's still for sale. If I can pull up the picture here, it was very interesting looking. Yeah, it just made me think of like saddles or shoes. Still for sale. Ah, here it is. Mm, there is this machine. I know transport is expensive for Michigan. Yeah, I've been researching early industrial lately. Yeah, I think this might be one of those machines. What does it say? Singer, professional, good shape. They sell for a lot. They've got it listed for 800. Oh, model number 29K1 is what this one claims to be. 29K1 Singer. But I'm not sure I have the room. And is $800? Is that machine really worth $800? In an hour and a half car ride, one direction. Not too early. Could be 1950s. Red cone, nicely. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my treadle right now because I told myself I can't have more machines than I want it and that I have A, room for, and B, enjoy sewing because I don't want to have I like these old machines because I like the way they sew. Not for a 29K. All right, good. Good to know. I will not be dropping $800 on that sewing machine. I know, because it was like just looks like it was in a barn. I know. Why? Do you think that people pay that much because they're actually in it for the reselling of the shabby chic piece of furniture and not actually the sewing machine? Because I can see that's the only way I can rationalize that to myself that they're going to trash the machine and upcycle the base. But the 29K has no thread guide tension on the needle bar, and the wheel is never on the front for a 29K. Okay, so they've mislabeled. They don't. Okay, I'm not buying that machine. It seems like it's just got more interesting problems than I feel like dealing with, and I still don't like that price. It's not a treadle. I'm waiting for my perfectly intact $25 treadle to just magically show up into my life, or the even better price of, will you sew with this machine? I will give you to her for free. I'm open to that deal as well.